Hello and Jai Hind बच्चों. Today we are going to discuss the rules of debit and credit. I have to start the new chapter journal, but I thought that before starting the journal, just revise the basics of journal, which help you to solve the questions of journal, which is rules of debit and credit. How we can make it anything debit and how we make it anything credit. Okay, so without any delay, let's proceed. So the topic what we are going to discuss today is rules of debit and credit. Okay beta. So before I proceed for the same, one thing that our accountancy is based on the double entry system. What is the meaning of double entry system? Every transactions affecting minimum two parties. So one party will be debit and one party will be credit. Okay, so that one side will be debit and one side will be credit. How any side will be debit or how any side will be credit? What are the types of account? All that today we will discuss in this particular topic. But before that, a bonus information to you that debit and credit both is taken from which language? Latin language. And debit derived from the Latin Italian word debito, and credit derived from Italian word credito. Okay, so this is the first basic information to you that debit and credit is derived from Italian word debit, debito, and credit, credito. Okay, now the first thing is what? The first thing today what we are going to discuss is account. What is the meaning of word account? Dekho beta, very simple thing is there. Account is a place where we record all the similar nature transaction together. In an easy word we can say, like suppose if we talk about the word purchase account. So all purchase, whether it is cash purchase, whether it is credit purchase, whether it is purchase from anyone, that all will be recorded in the purchase account. Achha, what is the benefit of this? Suppose 1000 transactions are there and 1000 transactions are on a different date. So all transactions are recorded in journal on a different date. And suppose I have to find out that what is the total purchase till date. So what we can do? We have to turn off each and every pages. And instead of that, what we can do? We just open our purchase account, find out the balance, because all the purchases are recorded together, and that will exactly help us to find out the problems. Okay, so this is the first thing what you have to study, that what is the meaning of account. I revise one more time. Account is a place where we record all the similar nature transaction together. Beta, types of account. What are the types of account? So generally accounts are divided in two types. Number one is personal account, and number two is what beta? Impersonal account. Okay, yes beta. So in personal account, generally the persons, whether it is a real person like Ram Sham, artificial person, companies like Tata, Reliance, all that is considered as a personal account. Okay, so personal account is also categorized in three sectors. Okay, and listen and understand everything properly. Okay, one is the natural personal account. A natural personal account means real persons like Ram, Sham, So if any person name is there, that person name is considered under which account beta? Personal account. Under personal account, it is specifically categorized under the natural personal account. Second one is what beta? Artificial. अब देखो the word is there, artificial personal account. The person which not take real born, the person which is created by law is known as artificial person. Like company, like Tata name is there, like Reliance name is there. So the company which is born by law, which is created by law, is considered as a artificial personal account. And one more is what? Representative personal account. This one you understand properly. What is a representative personal account? Simple. Representative personal accounts are the account which represent any specific certain person. Like if we talk about capital, so who will invest the capital? Owner, a specific person. Anyone who is investing the money cannot be considered as a capital, but owner invests the money, that will be considered as a capital. Similarly, if anyone withdraw the money, take the money from the business, that will be not considered as a drawing. But if the proprietor, owner of the business withdraw the money, that will be considered as drawing. Getting? So representative personal account is the account which represent the certain person. A part of that, any expense or income with prefix or suffix, prefix and suffix word, that will be also considered as a representative personal account. So but a representative personal account is also very simple. Like suppose salary. Up salary is what? If we are paying salary, that is expense. But prefix means anything which is added before salary, like outstanding salary, like prepaid salary, that all will be considered as a representative personal account. So any account which represent any specific certain person, that is also considered as a representative personal account. A part of that beta, if any account, any expense, any loss, any income, any expense or any income is come with a prefix or suffix word, that will be considered as a representative personal account. Now what is the real account? Very simple. It is impersonal account is also categorized in two parts. One is a real account and second one is what beta? Second one is nominal account. Okay. So real account and nominal account. So impersonal account is also categorized in two parts, real and nominal, and personal account categorized in three parts: natural personal account, artificial personal account, and representative personal account. An impersonal account is categorized in two parts, one is real account and one is nominal account. Basically what is real account, that we will study. See here, impersonal account is having two parts, one is a real account. Real account basically considered all the property of business. Beta, that will be considered in two parts. Again, property can be tangible and intangible. What is tangible? To what we can touch, we can see, like building is there, like assets are there. Intangible is also very simple beta. Intangible, to what we cannot touch, to what we cannot see, is considered as a intangible personal account. Okay, so in this we can write down like a machine is there, like furniture is there. In intangible we can write down like goodwill is there, like patents are there. That will be considered as a intangible personal account. So real account is all about the properties. The properties can be tangible, the properties can be intangible also. Okay, And impersonal, second part is what beta? Nominal account. What is nominal account? Nominal account is all about all losses, all expense, all profit, and beta all gain. Okay, so nominal account is all about this four content: all losses, all expenses, all profit, and all gain. That is what nominal account. Now come to the point. I hope now the types of account is clear to you. Personal account is clear to you, real account is clear to you, nominal account is clear to you. Let's have some test. Okay, chalo ji. Suppose I just write down the word and you write down in the comment that it is what type of account? Cash. Tell me. Cash is which type of account? Okay, cash is what beta? Cash is exactly a real account. Why? Cash is our property. Very simple. Suppose we give rent to someone. Rent paid. We give rent to someone. So rent paid will be coming under which account? Dekho, we are paying rent, doing the expense. So all expenses are coming under the nominal account. Ram. Ram is what beta? Real. The real person is coming under personal account. If suppose we talk about Parle-G company. Parle-G company. A Parle-G company is the name of a company, and that will be also coming under the personal account, but under the personal account which is specific artificial personal account. Okay, so this one is all about the types of account. Now beta, second segment, what we have to learn, the rules of personal, real and nominal account. So let's proceed for the rules. So we have three account and we will understand the rule of each and every one. Personal account. Second one is real account. And third one is what beta? Nominal account. Now you see, personal account, what things are coming, that I will not revise again, you are knowing that. Personal account rule is what? Debit the DR. When I write down the DR indicate the word DEBIT, debit, and CR indicate the word credit. ठीक है बेटा? तो personal account is all about the debit the receiver, debit the receiver. Okay, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay beta, so it is personal account rule is what? Debit the receiver and credit the giver. Let's understand first this rule. This rule is saying that who is receiving anything, whether money, whether assets, anything, who receive anything, that person will be debit in journal entry. Like suppose if Ram is receiving 500, Ram is receiving 500, so Ram will be debit or credit? Ram will be debit because Ram is receiving the amount. Similarly beta, credit the giver. A meaning of what beta? Whosoever is giving the amount, that person will be credit. For example, suppose cash received from Shyam. I am receiving the cash, but who is giving the cash? Shyam. So Shyam will be credit. Okay, I think this rule is clear to you. Debit the receiver and credit the giver, and you have to learn these rules. Okay, debit the receiver and credit the giver. For example, again I'm taking an example to you for you. Suppose furniture received from Shyam. Ab I'm receiving furniture, but who is giving furniture? Shyam. So Shyam will be debit or credit? Credit. Why so? Because Shyam is giving the furniture. Clear it? Now second one, beta. Real account. Real account rule is debit what's comes in. Debit what's comes in and credit what's goes out. अब let's understand this particular rule. By this rule particular is saying that whatever is coming in the business, that will be debit. Whatever is coming in the business, that will be debit. And whatever is going out from the business, that will be credit. Clear? So whatever is coming in the business, that will be debit, and whatever is going out from the business, that will be credit. I hope it is clear to you. Debit what's come in, matlab beta, whatever is coming in the business, that will be debit, and whatever is going out from the business, that will be credit. For example, like suppose furniture purchase. So what thing is coming in the business? Furniture. So furniture will be debit. But when we purchase furniture, we are paying cash. So what thing is going out? Cash. So cash will be credit. Okay, say this again. Debit what's coming, credit what goes out. So debit is what beta? Debit is all about that what thing is coming in the business, that will be debit, and what thing is going out from the business, that will be credit. For example, if suppose we are paying cash, we are purchasing goods for cash. So what thing is coming? Goods is coming. What thing is going out? Cash is going out. So goods is coming in, goods will be debit, but what thing is going out? Cash is going out. So cash will be credit. Getting my point? Chalo ji. Now the next and last one is nominal account. Nominal account is simple. It is said that all losses and expense will be debit, and all profits and gain will be credit. So if any losses or expenses occurred in the business, that will be debit. But if any profit or gain is there, that will be credit. For example, like suppose we paid salary. So when we are paying salary, salary paid is expense for us. So salary will be debit. We received commission. When we receive commission, beta, commission is our income, and income will be credit. Okay, so I hope this one is also clear to you. We will do the practice on this also, but first let's clear this concept. If you have any doubt, please ask in the comment. I revise all the things again. Listen carefully. That debit the receiver, credit the giver is a rule of personal account. It means if somebody is receiving an amount, that person will be debit, and the person who is giving the things, that person will be credit. Terms of real account is very simple. Debit what's come in. What thing is coming in the business, that will be debit, and what thing is going out from the business, that will be credit. Nominal account rule is all losses and expenses are debit. It means that if any losses and expenses occurred in the business, that will be debit. All profit and gain is credit. If any amount is generated as a profit, then it will be considered as a nominal account credit side. For example, suppose we receive interest. We receive interest from bank. We receive interest from bank, it is our income. So interest received will be debit or credit? Credit. Okay, let's practice on this. Let's practice on these rules. I'm just writing down the content and you just tell me that what thing will be debit and what thing will be credit. You have to only think who is receiving, who is giving, what thing is coming in, what thing is going out, what are the expenses, whatever the losses. That only things what you have to consider. Okay, like suppose purchase goods for cash 5,000. Beta, what thing is coming in the business? Goods is coming in the business. What thing is going out from the business? Cash is going out. So you have to first identify the nature of each and every content which are affected in a particular transaction. So goods are property, and cash is also property. So both are considered as a real account content. You have to implement the rule of real account, and rule of real account is very simple. Debit what's come in, credit what's goes out. So what thing is coming? Goods is coming. So goods will be debit, and what thing is going out? Cash is going out. So cash will be credit. Okay, understand this? Now second one is sold goods for cash 3,000. Beta, what thing is going out? Goods is going out, and what thing is coming? Cash. And again both content is real account. Now implement the rule. Acha, so it is necessary that all the content will be related with the one account only? No. All the content can be from different account. Like one is from personal to one is from real. Maybe one is personal, one is real, and one is nominal. It can be also. It is not something always that all contents are related with the one account only. So sold good for cash 3,000 real account. So goods will be going out. Goods will be going out. And what thing is coming in the business? Cash. Because when we sold any goods, the customer will take the goods and give the cash to us. Now you tell me, goods will be debit or credit? Tell me and give the answer. So beta, as we know that goods is going out, and the rule is what? Debit what's coming. So cash will be debit and credit what goes out. So goods will be credit. Okay, now let's solve more questions to make it your concept clear how to implement the rule. Paid cash to Mohan. Beta, in this 5,000, suppose in this beta two things are there, cash and Mohan. Paid cash to Mohan, we are paying cash, so our cash is going out and Mohan is receiving that cash. Mohan is receiving that cash. Now you see, cash is the property, so it will be considered with the real account, but Mohan is the name of person, that's why it will be considered as a personal account. So in this transaction you can see that two contents are there from two different accounts. One is real and one is personal. Okay, so how to implement the rule? Just remember the real account rule. Debit what's coming, credit what goes out. So when we are paying to Mohan, cash is going out. So when cash is going out, then cash will be considered as a credit. Debit what's coming, credit what's goes out. Mohan is a personal account beta, so Mohan is considered personal account. Personal account rule is what? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. exactly this one. So Mohan is receiving the cash, so Mohan will be simply debit. So who will be debit? Mohan. And what will be credit? Cash. Okay, now one thing that you have to give the answer. I will share the question with you. Next one is received. It is what? Received interest. $200. Now you tell me, what thing will be credit and what thing will be debit in this? Okay, just give the answer in your comment box, no problem is there. Now you see that when we receive interest, actually two things are there. One is interest, which is our income, and income is what? Beta, nominal account. And one thing, when we receive interest, what thing is coming? Cash is coming, because when we receive the interest, we receive the cash also. Cash is what, beta? Cash is property and it is what? Real account. So in cash we have to implement the rule of real account, and for interest we have to implement the rule of nominal account. So cash is coming in, real account is said what? Debit, what's coming. So cash will be what? Debit. And interest, beta, what? Income. Interest is what, beta? Income. And for income, nominal account is what? All the incomes are credit. So interest will be credit and cash will be debit. Now the beta third one. Chalo, proceed for the third one. Okay, just wait. Yeah. Yes, beta. So now one more is sold goods on credit to Ram. Beta, you see, we sold the goods on credit to Ram. So what thing is actually coming in the business? Nothing, because it is on credit transaction. Nothing is coming in the business. What thing is going out from the business? So that we can say, because goods is going out from the business. And who is receiving that goods? Ram is receiving. So goods is property. So properties are real account. So real account, property, and Ram is what, beta? Personal account. So real account, debit what's coming, credit what's goes out. So goods will be credited. And personal account is saying debit the receiver, credit the giver. Who is receiving goods? Ram is receiving goods. So debit the receiver. Get it? Tell me. Chalo ji, बहुत बढ़िया. Now we will. This is what, beta, the all thing what we studied. It means we studied the personal account, we studied the real account, and we studied the rule of personal. We studied the rule of personal, real, and nominal. This rule is known as golden rule of commerce. So every student of commerce have to remember this. And what is the personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. What is the real account? Debit what's coming, credit what's goes out. And what is the nominal account? All losses and expenses are debit and all profit and gains are credit. Very simple. Now, one more thing is there, beta. This is also known as traditional rule. That is also known as traditional rule of account. Now, shift to the modern rules of account. So we have some modern rule of account, and understand this modern rule of account. We have 5 category. One is assets account. One is assets account. Second one, we have liabilities account. Third one, we have capital account. We have expenses account, and we have last one is income or gain account. I'm not sure what is this. देखो, in the previous traditional rule, it is categorized in three parts: personal, real and normal, and on the basis of that we considered everything. Modern rule account is also there. It is simply said that these particular have some natures, and that can be only increase or decrease by any transaction. ठीक है, when we do any transaction, either it will increase, either it will decrease. So if it will increase, it will be debit or credit. If it will be decrease, it will be debit and credit. And what it can be exactly, that we have to learn. Like suppose beta assets account is there. Ab assets account nature is what? Debit. Liability nature is what? Credit. That you have to remember. This particular nature of all five accounts you have to remember. Assets nature is what? Debit. Liability nature is what? Credit. Capital nature is what? Credit. Expense nature is what? Debit. Income nature is what? Credit. A simple rule you understand and remember. For increasing anything, we have to pass in the same side, and for decreasing anything, we have to pass in the opposite side. What I said? For increasing anything, we have to pass in the same side, and for decreasing anything, we have to pass in the opposite side. So if assets increase, debit will be again debit, but if assets decrease, to debit opposite, it will be credit. So what rule form? If assets increase, it will be debit. If assets decrease, it will be credit. Similarly for liability also beta, liability increase, it will be credit, but if liability decrease, it will be opposite, debit. Capital account credit is, so if capital account increase, it will be remain credit, but if capital account decrease, opposite, it will be what? Debit. Similarly, expenses and losses is, if increase, it will be debit, and if expenses and losses decrease, it will be opposite, credit. And similarly, if income and gain is there beta, so if income and gain increase, it will be credit, and if income and gain decrease, it will be debit. So this is what modern rule of account. So modern rule account is based on the 5 pillars. You just, what you have to do, a tips for this one, you just remember the 5 pillars nature side. Like suppose assets is what? Debit. Ab you use your mind and make it. For increasing anything, pass same. For decreasing anything, pass opposite. So if assets is debit, we have to increase, make it debit. If we have to decrease, then it will be credit. For example, like suppose machinery purchase. When we purchase machine will increase, so machine will debit. Machine sold. When we sold the machine decrease, so when machine decrease, machine will be credit in this transaction. So like this you can identify the debit and credit by the modern rule. Okay, chalo ji, let's do some practice on this particular. I'm just asking to you, you just tell me the answer of the same. Yeah, chalo ji, first one is it is increase in debtors. Increase in debtors. अच्छा, अब somebody asked us, sir, what is debtors? तो very simple बेटा. Assets and liability concept you understand. Assets is what? Future receipt plus property. Any amount what the business will receive in future, that is what? That is what? Assets. And whatever the property business have, that is also assets. Liability, all future payment of business will be considered as a liability. Capital, money invested, anything invested by business for starting or running the business, that is known as capital. So here, increase in debtors. So debtors are the person to whom we sold the goods on credit. So we will receive the amount from them in future. It is our future receipt. So it is our future receipt. That's why it become our assets. Increase in assets will be always debit. Second, increase in salary paid. Ab salary paid is what beta? Our expense. Salary paid is our expense. So when we talk about increasing of expense, it will remain what beta? Debit, because expense nature is what? Debit. And how debit will increase? By making again debit. Third one, चलो एक लास्ट हम लोग करते हैं. द लास्ट वन इज, चलो एक और करते हैं. डिक्रीज इन वेजेस आउटस्टैंडिंग. अब बेटा वेजेस आउटस्टैंडिंग, इट मीन्स यू नॉट पेड द वेजेस, यू हैव टू पे द वेजेस इन द फ्यूचर. So wages outstanding is a future payment, and all future payment considered as a liability. All wages outstanding is a future payment. All future payment is considered as a liability, and liability decrease. So first we have to think in our mind that liability nature. So liability nature is what beta? Liability nature is credit, and for decreasing credit we have to pass the opposite entry, make it debit. So this is all about the modern approach. We have two approaches. We have one approach as a traditional one, where personal account, real account and nominal accounts are there. By implementing the rule, we can make it anything debit or anything credit. And similarly beta, one more approach is there, and that approach is known as modern rule of accountancy. So that is actually depend on the 5 pillars. 5 contents are there. You have to identify in each and every transaction that which content is matched from this 5, and after that you can make it anything debit or credit. Okay. So assets account, like suppose anything is assets. So the basic nature of assets is what? Debit. If it will increase, it will remain same debit. If it will decrease, it will be opposite credit. Clear? Okay. Like suppose I invested capital 50,000. Ab capital nature is what? Credit. Capital nature is what? Credit. My capital increase. So capital nature is credit. When credit will increase, it will remain credit. I withdraw capital. I take it capital from business. My capital decrease. And when my capital decrease, it will be remain opposite. So capital is credit. When capital decrease, it will remain debit. Okay. So this is all about the rules of debit and credit. With the help of this, we will solve the general chapter. So in the next class, we will discuss the general chapter, and we will try to solve, we will try to learn the general. Till then, thank you very much beta. Do all the practice. I will share a PDF sheet to you where you will identify that this particular account is related with which account, and this particular transaction will be either debit, either credit. Okay, thank you.